I don't know if you've got a favorite joke, but I've got one I'd like to tell you that joke now. One thing I should mention though, there's a little bit of vulgarity in this joke, so if you're offended by vulgarity, just go ahead and shut it off now because I really don't want to offend you. But for those of you that are going to hang with me, this is the story of Sailor Bob. Sailor Bob was a swabby on a freighter, and his freighter went down and he washed up on this desert island. And it was a true desert island. He was out there, there's no boats, no planes, no ships, nothing. But fortunately there was a good supply of fresh water, the fishing was good, there were wild fruits and vegetables on the island, small game animals as well, so he was able to survive quite handily there. But again, desert island. And one day he was out walking along the beach, and he saw something floating out in the ocean, and it turned out to be a supermodel Adriana Lima, whose luxury yacht went down, and she had washed up on the same island as Sailor Bob. And he got her on shore and asked her if she was okay. She said she was, and of course at first she was a little standoffish because Sailor Bob was just a swabby and she was a famous supermodel. But after a few days, she realized that if she was going to have any company, it was going to be Sailor Bob, and she actually kind of liked old Sailor Bob. They got along real well, and eventually they even got to know each other in the biblical sense. So Sailor Bob was pretty happy, and Adriana was happy as well. Well, one day they were walking down the beach, and they came upon this chest that had washed up on shore. They went over to the chest and opened it up, and there was men's clothing in there. So Sailor Bob says, "Hey, Adriana, why don't you model these clothes for me?" She goes, "But they're men's clothes." And he goes, "Yeah, you're a pro. You can model anything." So she goes, "Oh, okay, sure." And she puts on this white shirt and a red tie and a gray suit, and she walks up and down the beach a little bit, models it for him, and he says, "Oh, that's great, And how about do me a favor though?" He says, "Take this fedora and put your hair up and put this fedora on." So she goes, "Oh, sure, okay." And so she takes the fedora and tucks her hair up in there and does another little runway run on the beach. And he says, "Adriana, come here a second." He says, "Take this eyebrow pencil and draw in a little mustache." And she goes, "Yeah, okay, sure." So she draws in a mustache, and he says, "Adriana, can you do one more favor for me?" She goes, "What's that?" And he says, "Can I call you Jim?" She goes, "Yeah, I guess so." And Sailor Bob leans forward and says, "Hey Jim, guess who I'm fucking?"